Guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm quite excited about because look what has arrived. Well, it arrived last night, but I was kind of too excited to make a video of the unboxing. But yeah, here, look what we have here. These are new releases from NG. I believe the China Airlines was July release, and the Tupi were in June. So it's a new aircraft type. These are the first molds of NG's production line for the Tupi 204, and they look, on first impressions, they look very nice. I'm not an expert on the Tupi 204. I've only actually seen one in real life. Came into Sydney. It was a 100. Well, it was a Tupi 204 100. It used to be a 300, but as you can see, it's the 100 so shorter than the 300. So what they did was they cut a bit of the cabin out to convert it to a 100. So it's quite funny actually, as a VIP aircraft, private. Yeah, it's quite a nice movement to Sydney. So I haven't seen too many Tupi 204s, so I can't comment on first impression how accurate the mold looks. But what I can say is I have a photo here next to me, and they do look very, it does look very accurate from my first impression. And yeah, so I got these from Collectible Aircraft Wings Australia. NG just moved their factory, so for some reason all the August and July releases came out. I mean, June and July, August releases came out in the same month. So yeah, and quite interesting how the July and June releases came to the dealer at the same time. So I guess they all just had a lot of backlog, so they just produced them all together in the end. But yeah, here we go, free releases, free models from July and June releases sets. So yeah, let's get stuck into the first one. Looking at the Kibana, we have the NG always are very creative with their boxes. Always a bit of eye candy, the boxes from NG. Yeah, there's always different characteristics to each model and its box, unlike what the other manufacturers do. Cough cough, like Aero Classics, but no, who cares, it's just a box, right? But yeah, it's always nice, especially when you're like trying to like sort out your models and your boxes, and it's always good to just be like distinct. Every box has a distinct look to it, so you can just put it out, get it out really quickly, rather than looking through the little text or whatever in there that says that's this model. This has a very distinct. They all have a very distinct look to them, which is good in a way, I guess. But more importantly, let's check out the model. Let's spin it around to the, so it's the same, facing the same as the in the photo, and here you have them. As first, the colours seem quite nice. And just move the light a bit. Yeah, so the colours look pretty much exact. Maybe a tiny bit dark. Oh no, that's perfect. Yeah, so let's start the review, and here we have the cockpit, the nose cone, nose section, a very distinct nose, the TU204. A lot of people say it's almost identical to the 757, but it's not so. It has very different characteristics to it. So it looks very different to a 757, although it's kind of a, I guess that narrow body twin engine with winglets and all, narrow body twin 180 passenger category, but it's definitely not a doesn't look anything like a 757. But here we have the Cuba flag, and can't quite read that. Oh yeah, so it's TU204 300 it says down there. Then we have the R1 door, nose gear. They're all rolling gears and all that, and we have a forward aerial, Kibana titles, R2 door, PS90 engine. So, as always, I like the older Russian engines, but yeah, the PS90 still have a kind of a unique sound to them. It's like the updated IL-76s. I always prefer the old the old engines on them, the lower bulk bypass ratio, the deck gloves or whatever. And here we have the winglet, wing fuel tanks, and then we have the R3 door, and we have the Reggio Quebec uniform Tango 1701. Then we have an R4 door, and we have the striking tail. I really like the Kibana livery. It's kind of simple, but it's very striking to the eye. Looks very nice. And we have the horizontal stabilizer and APU duct. Beautiful shades of shade of blue there, and white lines in the middle of a red rudder at the back rear tail section. And we have on the left side pretty much all the same. Can't quite figure what IFC says down there. Not sure what that is about, but we have the cargo door there, rear cargo door, and forward cargo door. Let's spin it around and give you guys a good look at the mould. As you see, it's very nice. I have a few Kibana molds actually. This is my third in the fleet. Yeah, I usually collect the stranger types. Well, Kibana actually only has really kind of Russian aircraft, but yeah, I have like an IL-62 and the IL-86 in Kibana scheme. So this is my first one in the plane. New colours. My IL-86 is in that Aeroflot hybrid, and yeah, so it would be very nice to put beside them. So yeah, definitely it's just another aircraft to add to the fleet types, you know, the aircraft types, you know. Try and collect one of each aircraft type just to show off like the different manufacturers and different aircraft they've produced, and yeah, just to make my collection pretty nice and interesting. Show the histories of the manufacturers. Yeah, so definitely these will sell out quickly, so definitely get one if you can. And yeah, so let's move on to the next model, and here we have another strange airline. It's not very normal airlines fly these aircraft. Just for strange countries. Of course, being Aerocor, North Korea's national airline. We have the box. Yeah, it's another striking box. Not as nice as the Kibana, but it's different, which is the main thing. And yeah, it's NG models down there and Korean characters, text. Very nice of NG to you know, think outside the box and to make something other than a new 787 A380 mould or 777 mould, A350 mould. They've actually will actually have that, but they've thought, think outside the box and released something that never has been done before. So kudos to them for doing this. And yeah, so I got these from Collectible Aircraft Wings Australia, as you can see. Very nice shop if you can check them out if you're based in Australia. Quite nice. We're spoiled. We're pretty spoiled in Australia for good retailers. Well, they might be a bit more expensive than buying international. It's always good to support local sometimes, and yeah, you get them a bit quicker. It's a bit cheap on postage if you only want to buy 1 or 2 models. Yeah, so let's take a look at this bird. As we can see, we have the very classic looking, quite a classic looking Aircar livery. As many people actually fly to North Korea to fly on these birds. They do like tours and stuff. They fly on the IL-62s and stuff. Yeah, the old aircraft they have flying. But yeah, it's quite. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do it myself, but it's a bit depressing to go to a country like that. It's pretty much shut off from the rest of the world. But enough about politics. Let's take a look at this beauty. Yeah, so a lot of people say that, in my opinion, the Kibana livery is a lot better than the Aircar, but that's my opinion. Sure, it looks a bit more of a classic livery, but yeah, it's still alright. It's still nice. It's different, you know. Yeah, here we have the nose cone. So the radar, the weather radar is stored in there. We have cockpit windows. And we have, I guess, some pitot tubes. And we have a main nose landing gear, L1 door. And I guess it's a bird, Aircar logo for bird, and L2 door. And we have Korean characters. Probably says 99% sure it says Aircar. We have Aircar in English. Then we have PS90. Again, not as good as the D30, Slaklov D30 or K30 or whatever. But still kind of interesting engine. Then we have the wing fuel tanks and Aircar on the wings, so the passengers don't forget what airline they're flying on. And then we have spoilers, flight controls and all that. We have L3 door, the Rego Papa 632. And we have Tupi TU204 100. Again, this is a 100 shorter variant. And we have the L4 door. And then we have the Aircar tail, which is it's pretty cool. It's very Soviet looking. And then we have horizontal stabilizer and the APU, the rudder, flight controls there. Switching sides. Again, very similar to the other side. R1 door. Aircar and character, Korean characters. R2 door. R3 door. R4 door. and can't seem to find the cargo doors in this bird. Oh, there they are. Yep, the forward cargo door and the aft cargo door. Yeah, so just get some pictures off of the bird, so give you a good comparison. But yeah, it's this will sell out too quickly too. Air Corro stuff always sells out quickly. I guess it's because it's how interesting of a airline it is. I don't think you'd see one of these models in North Korea, to be honest with you. But here we have the model versus the real thing in photo form. So yeah, as you can see, colours are very accurate, and it is the shape of the mould is very good. Of course, as always, I'm not an expert on the TU204. I've only seen one of them in my life, in real life, and yeah, it's always an interesting aircraft to see. Now let's move on to the third and final aircraft, which is this China Airlines Dynasty 747 SP. And taking a look at the box, we have another unique box, a bit similar to the Kibana, funnily enough, but of course the colours are different. It's very similar on the model to the Kibana, so I guess they did a similar design, the red and the blue and the grey. It's quite nice too. Got the China Airlines in Mandarin, simplified characters I guess, and S747 SP. Shout out to all my Taiwanese friends. So I do like this livery on the SP, 747 SP. Pretty much have every livery of China Airlines 747s, so it's always good. Especially my favourite being the Boeing 747 one, with the Boeing scheme on it. That is definitely my favourite dream one. I think it's the blue one. Yeah, just can't beat that one. Shame it never actually existed on a real Boeing aircraft, like Boeing test bed for that scheme. But yeah, anyways, as always, last night I picked up a few things wrong with this model. First of all, we have one of the HF aerials. It's kind of bending downwards like that. You can kind of see it there. This is quite a common error with 747 Classics, it seems, whether it be Aero Classics or Gemini. Well, I never have had a problem like that with Gemini, but with Aero Classics and here NG, it seems to be a common error of maybe they take it out of the mould too soon when it's not completely, the metal's not, it's still melted, so it kind of sloops. But the other side is fine, but I guess it's an error you can live with. Again, and also the nose gear isn't quite in correctly. I don't think it's glued in properly. If you see like that, it's kind of wobbly, and when you place it down, it kind of goes at a downwards angle, but easily fixable issue, that one. Not too fussed about the HF aerial, but is what it is, I guess. Not gonna ask for a refund on that and pack it all and send it back. I have a big pain in the A, but it's, yeah, it's looking at the review. I really do like NG's 747 SP mould. Some people say that there's the nose isn't quite, not as accurate as it could be, but yeah, I guess it could be better, but it looks very nice anyway. Bit of an investment to just correct the nose a tiny bit. For NG, I guess they don't see it's, they've acknowledged the problem, but they don't see that there's an issue with it. I guess they can't be bothered spending their money to correct it, but which is understandable, I guess. Not every mould can be perfect. If you want perfect mould, 747 nose mould, or near perfect, get a Dragon Wings. It's an early landing gear, but still very, very good. So here we have the nose cone, and then the nose forward carbon section, cockpits, the glare shield, and then we have B, the registration, which is B Bravo 1880. Then we have L2, L1 door, Chinese characters, Mandarin. Then we have L2 door, China Airlines, beacon light there, and then we have the wing section, the leading edge of the wing. I quite like the detail they put into the leading edge of the wing. The 747 SP model would look really nice with flaps down version, but I don't think we'll be seeing that anytime soon. But yeah, here we have the JT9Ds. Look very, very. I love the detailing on the JT9Ds on these models, on NG747s. It is pretty much dead on accurate, I reckon. Kind of got that really distinct look to them. And then we have some flight controls up here. Inner aileron, outer aileron. We got this distinct 747 SP wing, short wing, with L3 door and then L4 door. Boeing 747 SP with a beautiful blue and red cheat line running down there. Some people also reported that, say that the colour on the belly on the side is not dark enough, I think. But yes, I'm not too sure about that. I'm not an expert on the China Airlines old livery. Never actually seen it in real life. But I think they did send them into Sydney back in the day. I'll have to check on that. Yeah, here we have Taiwanese flag up there with the registration, and we have the red and blue and red tail lines, as you can see, which is why they're on the box, like why they look like that, why they put that on the box, and which kind of looks a lot like the Kibana box. And then here we have the giant horizontal stabilizers. And the APU duct, exhaust, and then here we have the other side, right side. We have the upper R1 door, and then cockpit, the nose section, the registration down there, and then R1 door, R2 door, and R3 door, 4-door 747SP, and the other two engines. Of course, this side is a lot better than the other one because the HF aerial is not slooping. So try and view it from the right side. And then we have cargo door, rear cargo door, and we have the forward cargo door right there. So all up, if you're a 747 SP lover, 747 lover in general, I thought maybe, we might as well just complete the set of China Airlines, so I kind of put this in the basket at the last minute when I saw that it was coming at the same time as the Tupilevs, just to save on shipping costs, I guess. I think this will sell out quickly too. I think it's already sold out on NG's website, and I guess it's good to get their hands on one. And yeah, so it's a last minute decision to get this, and I definitely don't regret it. As apart from the flaws, the obvious flaws, like the left horizontal stabilizer, which is the worst one. The nose gear isn't too bad because it can be fixed pretty easily. I always seem to have bad luck with nose gears. It's like the only part that comes broken. It's the second nose gear problem I've had with NG. But this one's less serious of an issue. I had a 787 come with the whole, I think there was one tie missing or something, and the thing had come off, so it was really hard to just put it back, because like the thing that holds the tires in broke off, I think. But yeah, this one's a lot easier to fix, a lot more simple. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed those the video. And if you're a fan of these aircraft, you know, add a bit of spice to your collection, and especially of these two, you know, it's becomes some of the strangest countries, or the most interesting countries. Or Cuba's not that different anymore, but so North Korea is. So it's definitely a rare airline you'd never see anywhere except for China or North Korea. So yeah, if you spice up your collection a bit, add some different aircraft types, beats just having same old, just hundreds of 737s in your collection. Add something different, you know, have something different to look at. Yeah, so yeah, buy these. If you can get these models before they're gone, definitely get your hands on them if you're a fan of the 747 or the Tupi, or as I said, just spicing up your collection, looking for something different. Definitely consider these models. And yeah, I hope you have a good day and stay away from the virus, and yeah, peace out, ciao.